I think it goes without saying that roasts are some of the worst shit that you can watch, unless it's Norm Macdonald purposely bombing. And so, of course, the Tom Brady roast is no exception. First of all, I don't give a fuck about Tom Brady, I'm just talking about the terrible comedian performances. So, did this really need to be 3 fucking hours long? That's almost a Zack Schneider movie. If you want to actually watch the comedians, you have to skip around a bit to find them. And for whatever reason, whenever they do one of these, they can never get a lineup of great comedians. They only ever get like one or two, and then it's just a bunch of no names or random celebrities. But this one didn't even have any great comedians in it. You'd think that Tom Brady could have gotten Bill Burr, since he's a sports guy, or as he joked, maybe even Dave Chappelle. But no, not even Shane Gillis wanted to do this, and he was in the crowd. The biggest comedian there was Kevin Hart, who isn't even funny, but Tom Brady was able to get almost the entire Rogan sphere besides Rogan himself, and Brendan Schaub, who probably would have done better than Kim Kardashian, who was there for some reason and had Netflix cut out all of the booze that she got, which just makes the whole thing feel even more manufactured than it already was. Kevin Hart did tell the truth a few times, though, like calling these hacks out of shape podcasters and reminding everyone that Jeff Ross can only get work when he's doing these roasts. Instead of getting anyone who is actually decent, they got Tony Hinchcliffe and Andrew Schultz, who are both just as bad as each other. They're like two of the biggest twinks. It's hard to say who's more cringe. And then Tony's dad, Jeff Ross, the Roast Master General, which is a fucking gay nickname that he gave himself. And it's not like he's actually that good at it either. He's just there because he's done a bunch of them. Though he did do a good job here, I guess. That's what I think anyway. But the problem is that he's the only thought of as this roast master, not because of how many he's done, but because he's outlived all these other comedians who used to do these roasts, and that were better than him, so now he's like the next best thing. He starts a lot of these roasts off, but if he's the most memorable part of the roast, then it was a bad fucking roast, wasn't it? He's almost like a second MC or a host. If Jeff Ross was there was no need for Kevin Hart to host, but whatever. But that's not even the worst part of it. Even Kim Kardashian had more confidence than Bert Kreischer, who made himself look like an amateur that he should be, with the kind of material that he has. I feel like a hype man shouldn't be that nervous. Every hype man I can think of has a lot of energy, like Little John, for example. Isn't Bert's persona the drunk party guy? But those kinds of people are overly confident. In fact, it's what makes them so fucking annoying. But every time Bert's around a person who's way more famous than him, he fumbles and makes himself look even more retarded. He had to be supported by his has-been best friend Tom Segura, who was being supported by a PowerPoint and projector. Like he was doing some kind of class assignment or some shit. When was the last time you even saw a PowerPoint presentation? And he had a good line or two, but for a comedian who was once being compared to Louis C.K., it's pretty bad, especially since he hasn't done anything close to what Louis did, and yet he's having this worst downfall. And this goes for every comedian that was up there. When Nikki Glaser is funnier than you, it's a bad look. I mean, it wasn't even close. She was way better than everyone up there. If I was ever doing stand-up and I saw that Nikki Glaser was doing better than me, I think I'd fucking retire, or at least kill myself. I don't know, that's just me. You would think that with two comedians up there, they would perform better, but somehow they were even worse. Not really surprising, though, if you've seen Two Bears recently. I'm surprised they didn't go up there and with a bottle of Porosos and Bert didn't take his shirt off and do a bunch of push-ups again. Make a fucking retard of himself again. I wonder if they made Bert keep his shirt on or if he was worried that he'd look like an idiot, so he waited until it was over to take it off. And besides their specials and that shitty movie that Bert did, this is the biggest moment in recent times that they've had. It wasn't a good showing at all. Bert was cringy as always, and Tom was just flat. He had no charisma, no confidence. He looked like he didn't even want to be there. And Tom's whole serial killer bit might have worked for Garth Brooks, but it fell flat here. So like everything they've done recently, basically, this was just fucking forgettable. And you'll see in this video that Bert doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's just sitting there twitching and looking like a retard. I don't think anyone actually wanted Bert to be there, but I'm guessing that Tom wasn't going to do it unless Bert did or some shit like that. Or maybe They thought that, well, if we're gonna have Bert, if we're gonna have Tom, we may as well have Bert as well, and he can just kind of stand there looking like a retard. I don't think anyone was thinking, oh, it'd be great if we could get Bert to come and roast fucking Tom Brady. They wanted Tom, and then for whatever reason, he agreed to do it with his retard best friend, who is probably going to be the reason for his downfall. It seems like every time they have a big moment, Bert's the one that fucks it up for him. You know, like when he was doing the push-ups and shit. I mean, what a fucking idiot. Who the fuck likes Bert Kreischer? What a dumb fuck. Jesus Christ.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeff, for turning this special night into one more opportunity you couldn't turn down.
God, you are such a fucking whore. And that's coming from me, Jeff.
Thank you for inviting us to celebrate the GOAT WG.
Wait, what's that? Wait, GOAT WG?
Greatest of all time white guy.
Ah, fuck yeah! He is fucking gorgeous.
Look at the fucking picture.
Fucking who takes this picture? Was he pregnant?
It's fucking...
Fuck!
This fucking gay as shit I've ever seen. He...
That's you! That's fucking you!
He is also relentless.
Oh, you can't tell that guy no.
So this wasn't great. I don't know if it was the worst roast of all time, but it's just telling of the era that we're in, where these are the guys who are supposed to be the best, but all anyone can ever point to of them being good is on a podcast, which they're not even that good at anymore anyway. And all those podcasters where they should probably remain, if this is what they're going to come up with, I think that they're too far gone. I don't think Tom is coming back. And we're just kind of waiting for the rest of these fuckers to just die, I guess.